Hello everybody, welcome back to 10-Minute Reviews, where, as you know, we review. 10 minutes or less is what we shoot for. Don't always manage to make it. Primarily focused on books and authors, because that is our biggest passion here. So if you're a big avid reader and like to find some new authors, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We'll have a ton of videos coming out. We read a lot. Most people don't believe it's even possible to read the way we do. We read a lot, trust me. And as I've mentioned before, I am going to focus primarily on lesser-known authors, sometimes a lot of indie authors, things along those lines, because the big-name authors are already big-name. And I'm not looking for the next great American novel. I'm generally looking to be entertained for 45 minutes to an hour. So I read a lot of free books on Amazon and what you might call pulp, junk books, male fantasy books, sometimes male adventure books, mysteries, everything. And I'm going to focus a lot on that kind of stuff. So for today, I actually want to talk about another one of those authors that you can get for free on Amazon. Author is K.D. Robertson, not Katie, the initials, K and D. K.D. Robertson. They have a ton of books out. They really do. I've read a number of their books. But the most recent one that I read was absolutely fascinating to me and a ton of fun. It was one of the few that I had difficulty putting down when I had to go on break, or when I had to go back to work for my breaks. And it's called Wraith. Wraith. And it follows a very, very interesting premise. It's basically a cyberpunk type world. That was odd. I'm getting old. My brain misfires sometimes. Cyberpunk type world. And in this near future, everybody has a neural implant, basically. You basically have your smartphone in your brain, which wouldn't surprise me if that's where we're going anyway. I mean, at some point, there was somebody once that said that humanity they're basically cyborgs now because we have this piece of technology attached to us 24/7 that controls so much of our lives. But this, you've got the neural implants. That's everything. It's your phone, it's your computer, it's your Google, it's your GPS. And in fact, it's taken the place of not just your phones, your smartwatches, but also things like smart glasses. Like you might go into a business and the business is all black, just looks all black, but with the neural implant of these characters, there's lights and there's neon and there's holograms and ads and stuff like that. So that's the kind of world that this book is set in. Now, this character, the main character in the book, does not have an implant. Does not have an implant. One of the very few that does not have an implant, because they get put in at a young age because it has some sort of disorder that made his body reject the implant, which makes him not even a second-class citizen, almost a third or fourth-class citizen. And the book kind of explores, what kind of life would a character have if they didn't have this ability? I mean, just imagine what kind of life somebody may have if they were allergic to smartphones. They couldn't be anywhere near one, because as is right now, your smartphone is a big part of your life. Well, this character doesn't have the neural implants that control everything. Can't even go to a restaurant and order food. He doesn't have the neural implant in order to be able to do it. Lives out in the ghetto because in homes that were condemned a century prior, because all the modern homes require the neural implant to unlock the door, to do the settings on the refrigerator, to start the microwave. Everything is controlled by these neural implants. And my wife's pole dancing back behind the camera for me, if you see me laughing. It's very entertaining. She's twerking at me to try and get me to laugh, which worked. Anyway, so they've got these they've got these neural implants, but this character does not have the neural implant, and it turns out to be both a second-class citizen and eventually kind of useful. Now, again, this is a pulpy, quick, free on Amazon, not highbrow literature. So there's definitely some very odd plot holes, I almost would say. Robots are a big thing. Basically sentient robots, AIs. The entire police force are robotic and advanced military-grade robotic kind of. And he basically gets drafted into the police force, and that's how the book progresses. Is he's just doing an investigation into a big case. So Spoilers about to come. For some reason, the word spoilers is escaping. Spoilers about to come. So if you guys are interested and are not interested in spoilers, just hit the like and subscribe buttons down below. Drop me a comment if you'd like, and turn the video off. Go read Katie Robertson's Neural Wraith. For those of you guys still sticking around, spoilers ahead. So the character, of course, does not have this neural implant, but he's actually a coder. He codes manually, old school, with an actual keyboard. And as it's revealed, the company he works for, he used to work for a military company, and when they got shut down for being a gray area company, a lot of people went to jail except for him. He somehow got out of it, but he was basically on probation, military probation. It wasn't the police, it was the military that had him on probation. He went to work for an offshoot, a secondary company that was basically his prison was the work. He had to work there, and that was it. And this company gets shut down and gets raided, but somehow he does not get arrested during this raid, and the new prototype police robot takes him to kind of drafts him basically because his specialty is coding on the robots. And there's this particular robot runs a department that's the whole point is to root out corruption within the city-state. And that's basically how it progresses. They basically blackmail him with the fact that you can do this, you can go to jail. He responds back with, well, either send me to jail or pay me more, which kind of makes sense. If you can't do anything else, might as well get the money. Like a lot of these freebie books, it does have a couple of the wink-wink, nudge-nudge type of scenes in it, but not very many of them because it's not really the focus of the book. And I think there's only one scene in it, actually. Overall, it's just this mystery that this cipher, this coder that can't code like everybody else, but sees things differently than everybody else. How he goes about solving it, how they figure it out. Their suspects end up being like the mayor of the city, the chief of police, the chief of the cipher unit that he is a part of, a big business mogul that also happens to be the brother of the chief of police. So there's a lot of different suspects, a lot of different plot lines. He's being protected by these advanced robots, while they're also trying to get him to help them with their programming and stuff. And as he progresses through, the original AI he was working on that got stolen, he finds that. They work with that. They work with a few other criminals and some other AIs, start narrowing down suspects. Eventually they figure out it's the chief of police and or his brother. Although the main character thinks differently, thinks it may be, does think it could be them, but also thinks it might be the chief of the cyber crimes, or his cipher division. And sure enough, guess who's right? Main character, of course. Main character is almost always going to be right in the end. Big firefights going on. You've got your military robots, your prototype military robot that's also a cop, prototype cop. Then you've got your prototype advanced military robot that's on loan to the police department. And then this other advanced prototype military robot that's supposed to be coming out soon. And that's the only robot that actually doesn't appear in the book. They're pretty fascinating because they write these AIs with a personality. These robots have personalities. They are sentient, they are intelligent, and they are weird. And which kind of fits with a normal person in a way. Yeah, you guys definitely need to check it out, because I also think it feels like Katie Robertson is setting up a series. It does feel like he or she, I actually don't know. It feels like they're setting up a series, and they're going to showcase the next robot in the next series, and it's fairly interesting. It's definitely interesting. Like I said, it's not fine literature, but it's fun. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's worth a quick 45-minute read if you can read that quick. But it's a decent book. So go check it out. Hit the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to comment if you'd like us to check out a book for you guys, or just want to debate books. We are more than happy to do that. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will catch you next time. Bye now.